the king of the world.
Are cruises good options for wheelchair passengers? If you've watched our videos, you know Kristen, Karsten, and Hannah, but we have a fourth member of our family. Raghav doesn't always travel with us because some of the places we go are not very accessible. In this video, we're going to explore cruises for their accessibility factor. Here we go. All right, we made it. We're on board the Eurodam.
Thank you so much. It's a relief to be here.
How do you feel being on board? Yeah, took a long journey. How do you feel being on board, Raghav?
Oh, it's so nice to be back.
Thank you.
What do you think? What do you say, Hannah?
I'm very excited to have some delicious food.
Yeah, some yummy. That's one thing we always enjoy on cruises: yummy food. Okay, first we're going to talk about what is really great for people in wheelchairs if you're cruising and what things anyone can take part in. And when we traveled, it was right after Christmas in 2021 and the cruise was only about half full. So that things might look a little different today. Okay, first things first, the food. That's one thing we all four agree. It's a favorite part of cruising and we all enjoy it immensely.
Question. What do you think you're going to get?
I think, for the starter, I think I'll get the capriccio of beef tenderloin. I've never had it, and I don't know what it is, but the cruise is the best place to try new things.
Do you have a license for that?
I have.
Raghav, what did you order?
I'm gonna get the French onion soup and the vegetable cutlet. It looks delicious. Indian spices, garbanzo beans, some other items that looks red. The description sounds very good.
Hannah?
So I'm going to start with the classic Caesar salad with croutons and anchovies, and then my mom's getting the pasta alla vodka, so I'm just going to try some of that, but I am going to get the grilled salmon with capers and dill.
My food.
And
All
it's
right.
fancy.
It's pretty spectacular looking.
Yeah.
Yes, we've always encouraged the kids to try new things because on a cruise you've already paid for it. So in fact, if he doesn't like it, it's okay. It's a good chance to try stuff. All right, here we're having lunch on the Lido deck at the dive-in bar for burgers, and we usually eat in the dining room or the buffet, but it's kind of nice to sit out here in the sun too. Another option. Raghav, tell what you're having.
I'm having the brown rice burger and it is delicious. And plus it looks great, it's all fresh. Spectacular bun, really good food here.
Yeah, this is a nice place to sit. And I'm having a regular hamburger. So it's just another one of the many options for dining on the ship. One of the great things about cruising is if we go on shore or go to an excursion, we can have fun playing at the beach or swimming and know that Raghav is having a great time back on board.
The part I like best about cruising is being able to sit out here in the sun and just enjoy a nice warm breeze, the view of the ocean, and just a fantastic, relaxing environment all around.
Every port of call is going to be different as far as accessibility goes, so I won't even talk about the different ports of call. The one area which you can be sure is wheelchair accessible would be the private island of your cruise line. Raghav chose not to go to the private island because he doesn't really enjoy spending time out in the hot sun. But if that's something that you do enjoy, you can get aboard the tender to get over to the private island. There are people to help you board and to disembark. And when you get to the private island, there are paved trails, so they are wheelchair accessible.
Here's a beautiful day on the Eurodam, on the back deck, watching the ocean, standing up in a wheelchair, stretching my legs, and just enjoying myself in general. Anybody can do this in my condition.
So it's really nice to meet you everyone, yeah?
Yes.
So this is something Raghav can enjoy. A trip to the salon.
Yeah, so back to normal India.
I've never had one of these. I've never had one of these.
Yeah?
Never.
Several scalp
So
massage.
now ये पूरा इंडिया वाला मसाज देने वाला हूँ मैं.
अभी कितने उतने साल में इंडिया में कभी नहीं किया था.
So this is our third cruise with Raghav in a wheelchair. The first one we were on the Rotterdam and we enjoyed it a lot, but I will say it's an older ship and some of the areas were a little tighter. Also there's some rises and some places in the hall where we had to kind of go up and down, which made it a little harder to push the wheelchair. And then our last cruise was the New Dam, and this time we're on the Eurodam. They're both newer ships, and the newer ships are really well suited for people in wheelchairs. Not that we didn't enjoy our Rotterdam experience, but we did notice that the spaces are a little wider, a little better for wheelchairs on the newer ships. So I would recommend that. And otherwise, I can't speak for other cruise lines because we've only done the Holland America, but I can imagine that they have similar situations. First, just to let you know, we chose the cheapest room. It's a windowless room on the inside, and so you can imagine that your room will be at least this good, if maybe even better. We were very impressed with the size of this room. We have here a couch with a little seating table, and it's a pull-out bed if you need 3 people in the room. There's a desk area, plenty of storage. And look at how wide the area is between the bed and the storage. So plenty of room to pull in your wheelchair and transfer to the bed. So that is perfect. There's a lot of room, a lot of floor space to get around. And then another feature that we like is the very wide doors on the handicapped accessible rooms. And the doors have these holders so they stay. So they pull open and they stay. And if you want to take a look in the bathroom, it's all perfectly flat. There's no lips to go over. Plenty of room for a shower chair. Everything's flat. All the water drains out. There's room under the sink to roll your to roll your wheelchair in. So this room gets 2 thumbs up for being handicapped accessible. And like I said, this is the cheapest room that we could have rented. So we were very impressed by the size and the maneuverability of this room. All right, one of our favorite things to do on the cruise is go to the high tea at 3 p.m. Whenever we have a day at sea, we don't miss it. What do you think about that tea, Hannah?
It's too hot to drink.
And they have very fancy little pastries. And yes, the tea is delicious. And Raghav enjoys it as well.
It is truly delicious.
And very fancy. And you'll notice the waiters wear white gloves for this. Oh, look at, we get a whole nother little tray full of delectables. There's a lot of fun things to do on the ship, like trivia contests, board games, lectures, movies. You'll always find something to do if you just look. And this is included in our ship costs, so we take full advantage of this and enjoy ourselves. Yes?
We do.
Yes, Hen?
I want to be over you.
I want to tell the camera that all the desserts are like handmade in the kitchen, and they're like actually super delicious.
They are.
They are delicious.
Yeah, it's not like some like little frozen.
Oh right, no, there's no frozen pastries here. This is like
curry chicken sandwich.
very delicious. More fun stuff to do? Go to a show. We couldn't videotape during the performances, but you can see from the photo it's easy to get a wheelchair into the theater.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year from me too. We are having our gala dinner, and it's very fancy. Special menu. Carson, what are you having?
I will be having the Maine lobster tail and filet mignon.
Ooh, sounds fancy. What about you, Raghav?
I will be having the chickpea fritter and the fresh strawberries.
I will be having the swordfish.
To health and happiness in 2022.
Happy New Year.
One thing that's good to know on the ship is there is a medical center, so that if you do have any small problems, you can get those attended to. They're not going to do like a surgery or something major, but if you have a small need, you can check into the medical center and they can help you out. We're so relieved to be in our room, and one thing we just want to talk about a little bit is traveling from the airport or from your hotel to the port, because we had a very stressful experience.
So when we arrived at the hotel, I called at the front desk to ask that if they could get me a handicap taxi the next day. Every such taxi in the area was booked out for the next 3 weeks.
And we thought Florida has a lot of handicapped people. They're going to have plenty of handicapped taxis. It won't be a problem. But not in Fort Lauderdale on cruise day, because there are several cruise ships leaving. A lot of people are in handicapped, need handicapped taxis either for their scooter or their wheelchair, and there were none to be found.
And this would have been a disaster because there isn't any easy way to transport a motorized wheelchair since it weighs over 300 pounds.
We would have missed our cruise if we hadn't come up with something.
So luckily I thought of calling a medical transport service, which is available in pretty much anywhere. And even then I had to call about 6 before I found one that was available that morning because we were leaving the same day. And they were able to come and transport us, and I also made sure that I booked them so that when we return from the cruise, they'll take us back to the airport. But it is something you should plan for. You shouldn't assume that you're going to have a way to transport a motorized wheelchair at any given time.
We don't want the same thing to happen to you that happened to us. So plan ahead, reserve a special handicap van, and good luck. Well, that's the end of our video. We hope that this has been informative for you and given you some ideas about what it's like to cruise if you're in a wheelchair, and maybe even giving you the confidence to try it yourself. We hope so, and then you can sail off into the sunset like we did. If you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll see you soon from Cultures and Cures.